80s kids biting foil with a
Make sure
cavity
it's
tooth.
all low.
I know exactly what she That is so true. And for the Gen Zers out there that have no idea what she's talking about, well, there's two pieces here that you need to know. Back in the day, our filling material was not white. It did not look like your tooth. And in fact,
I know you can see that, Care.
but those are not black cavities. Those are silver fillings that I got when I was like 10 years old in the back of my mouth. That's right, fillings used to be made of metal. We had mercury in them. They were an amalgam of sorts of different metals. Now that leads me to the next problem, is if you have metal in your mouth mixed with the saliva and minerals in your mouth, you can create what's called a galvanic shock. And if you have a metal on the metal with the saliva buffering it together, you would actually create an electric shock that would zing into your tooth and literally make you want to feel like you're about to pass out. In fact, I actually solved a couple issues where older people were coming in and they were telling me that it hurt so bad every time they would eat. And I would say, well, what do you feel like it's causing? And they're like, it feels like a giant zap is happening to me every time I eat. And I said, well, are you eating with utensils? And they said, well, yeah, of course I use a metal fork or a metal spoon. And I said, I got it, because they had a filling on the outside, kind of like this one right here. You see that little filling on the outside of the tooth? And so every time they would touch that metal fork or something to the back of their teeth or something, they would get a shock. And so it was actually a really common thing. Actually, when we were kids, we used to put up the big red wrappers in the foil and we used to chew on them, and you would call it, yeah, it was a big mess. We like to cause pain for ourselves. I don't know why.